How's it going, everybody? With Battle World literally right around the corner in just a couple of days, everyone is kind of freaking out about Spec Ops, how they and their alliances are going to be maxing out Spec Ops, the organizational nightmare that's going to come with that. Are you going to step on other people's toes? Are other people going to step on your toes and ruin the characters that you need to use on the nodes? Well, lucky for us, we have one of the best Google Sheets creators in the business, and I'm, of course, talking about Livepool. He has made a Spec Ops sheet tool for us that is going to be so few buttons for so much value. You're not going to want to miss this. You're definitely going to make sure your alliance leaders are on this, and it's going to be good for you to check this out. So maybe you can give them a nudge, like, hey, like maybe you should, ask me to put this up for the Spec Ops instead. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's go hang out with Livepool. So you guys know I'm not the genius behind the spreadsheets. That's Livepool. So I am joined by Livepool today. He made us this amazing tool to help us organize our Spec Ops to make it as simple as possible for our captains and our alliance mates. So, Mr. Livepool, how's it going today, my guy?
What's up? Glad to be back.
Yeah, good to have you back. Short trip this time, huh? It was yesterday we were talking.
Yeah.
So what you got for us today is going to be a spreadsheet of battle. This looks really blank right now. So you're actually going to give us a little tutorial on how to fill this out. It's going to take very little time. I think it took us 3 minutes when we first did it, but I'm going to have you walk me through it again, yeah?
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to paste all of your alliance mates' rosters into the spreadsheet so that it knows exactly what everyone's got. It knows whether you've got the requirements for the Spec Ops that are needed, and it will flag up if you try and put something that is doesn't meet the requirement.
But Livepool, that's 24 people with 300 characters. That's going to take captains forever. Isn't there a way for us to do this with just a few buttons?
You know what? There is, luckily, because 300 characters times 24 alliance members doesn't feel fun to fill out.
Nope.
So let's go to msf.gg.
All right. So where are we heading?
We are going to go to the hamburger button in the top right, and you are going to click on your alliance's name. There it is. That'll bring up everyone in your alliance. Now, what is important for this detail is that your alliance members have allowed for sharing roster with at least your alliance, if not everyone. Because if they have not shared the roster, then it's not going to pull up. So let's download your alliance's roster and see how many people have shared. So you're going to click the button in the top right there with the clipboard, and that is going to download a CSV file, which is just an Excel file. You don't have to have Excel installed. We are going to upload it into Google Sheets instead. And the way you do that is you go to, we'll make a new spreadsheet. There we go. And we're going to go to File and then Import.
I just hit open. It worked.
It's an open, okay. And then Upload is fine as well. And we go to Browse. And you grab the file that was just put into your Downloads folder.
That's right.
And there it is. So that is everyone that has shared their roster from your alliance.
And surely this is a content creator alliance. Everyone definitely has their people shared. So let's see if I have all 24 people sharing with me. We got myself. We got Jimbo, that's 2. We got Jericho, that's 3. We got Afo 4, and Jinx is 5, and that's it. Okay, my alliance is a bunch of slackers. What do I need to tell these guys to get their ducks in a row so that I can get this done as simple as possible?
It's super easy. So everyone in the alliance can go back to msf.gg, and you go to the hamburger button, but this time you click on your roster. And in the top right of your roster, you can see the little pencil button there, which allows you to adjust your sharing settings. So you can set that to either alliance only or anyone, and then you will be able to show up on the spreadsheet for your captains to download.
That's right, guys. And it is literally that easy. Get everybody to make sure they're sharing at least with the alliance. Copy it from your alliance page that Toxie and TyJ just set up for everybody. And that's going to give you literally all your information that you're going to need to do Spec Ops. Basically, this is going to tell you everything all your alliance mates have in their roster so that you as a captain can go through and make sure this is as painless as possible. So what I just did is I hit copy paste on what I just got from the website. I'm coming back to my Livepool specialty tool. I'm just going to paste it in the first tab, the rosters tab, and that's it, right?
That's it. Yeah. Make sure you do paste it from the A column because there are formulas that are taking information from each column, so they need to line up with the formulas. So make sure it starts from the A column, and it should just paste in automatically for you. And then you're good to go on that.
Right on. Okay, so now that we've gathered all the information with the clicks of, I think that was 6 buttons total, how do I use this tool to make my life super easy?
Right. Well, let's go to the next tab here. We've got an overview of our alliance from the next tab.
Yeah, for any of
And
you
what you got-
captains who are not used to Google Sheets, the tabs, because I was doing this the whole time, are at the bottom of Google Sheets. So you can see at the bottom of the screen, rosters, and then it says alliance here. So
And this is where you would type in all your alliance mates. And make sure that the tick button gets ticked next to it, so that so that you know it's found them in the rosters tab. So that one didn't get tipped, so there must have been a typo in that.
Yeah, or I didn't type the entire name. I wanted to show the mistake. All right, so we got Jimbo. Let's do Jericho. We have him. I'll just copy paste it. Boom. Doesn't matter that it's white, by the way. And then we'll grab AFO. Boom. So there we go. We got all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 members of my alliance that have this done. Oops, sorry, 5 members of my alliance that have this done. All right, so now that I have this done, you can see it's filling in all this information on these characters in this current page that we're on. Why don't you explain your thoughts behind this page? Because when you explained what you're doing here to me, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah, so there's 2 strategies that you can go with these spec ops. You can either basically pick 5 people that are going to sacrifice the A team, just the whole A team, and use a B team instead, or you can try and make it so that every player in the alliance is only sacrificing one character from the A team and just bringing in an alt for that one replacement. Those are the 2 strategies you can go with. It very much depends on the nodes, the enemies, the difficulty that you're doing, the bonuses that are included. This is a lot of information that we don't know yet. But an example could be on the Spiderverse node, the bonus characters are for Spider Society, but you could bring a full Hivemind team into that node as well, right? They're all Spider-Verse.
Yep. So
it's like
you were talking like, hey, like if this is just raid buffs are active, well, Hivemind could probably get in there and mix it up. So this is one theory behind it. Again, there's so many unknowns as far as like the node composition and how specific and how powerful the bonuses are going to be. It could be we can bring a full B team. It could be that we only are able to sacrifice 1 or 2 characters. Remains to be seen, but I thought this page was a brilliant start in case of, right? So what he has here is he's got the entire Hivemind team pulled up. And if we have the rest of the alliance mates, we can see who's got the biggest Hivemind team. It looks like I do. So, oh, no. Damn it, Jericho. All right, so it looks like Jericho would probably be one of the people we would assign to sacrifice his entire Spider Society team, and we would assign him Hivemind, right? That's the thought behind here.
Right, exactly right. And you can and it doesn't have to be for sacrificing a whole team. You can see who's got the biggest taskmaster to sub in for the mercenary node or whatever it is. So you can that's just a neat way to just sort of rank who's got some good backup options.
True, and that's a good point because I'm also going to be doing a little bit of a guide after we talk through these sheets, and I'm going to give like my favorite replacement characters, if you will, if you're only going to take one character out. So this is a really, really useful part of it, in my opinion.
Right, and then we got to go into the decision making. So if we head into zone 1, this is where the captains will assign who's going to be dropping what characters.
Yeah. So again, guys, this is another tab at the bottom. So this is going to be zone 1. And these are all of the Spec Ops characters that you need to be sacrificing if you want those Spec Ops points. So why don't we do a few examples? Why don't I throw in my Old Man Logan? I'll throw him in here. You should notice that the column just went white, right? So it's not red because red means it doesn't, duplicate or doesn't meet requirements, right? So I can throw my death pool in. Oh, I meet that requirement. Gear tier 17 Ultimus, no problem. I got that. Oh, I think my gladiator's 1 diamond. Uh-oh, right? So you have a safeguard here that if somebody tries to put in a character that player doesn't have, it'll tell you like, hey, they don't have the ability to put this character into Spec Ops.
That's right. Yeah. that'll flag up red. It's all looking red at the moment because it's blank. But as you start putting it in,
Yeah.
only certain ones that kind of break the rules are going to flag as red. Another example is if if you try and sacrifice another Old Man Logan. So if you go to put yourself there. So even though your Old Man Logan meets the requirements, but because it's spotted that you've tried to sacrifice two Old Man Logans for the same player, that's also flagged up red. That's the duplicate.
There you go. Perfect.
And then anyone that hasn't shared their roster. So if you go back to Alliance, and just add a random person in that hasn't shared their roster, you call them player A if you want.
Colt left the alliance. Yeah, sure, player A. Good old player A.
And then head back to zone one. And if you try it, when you put in player A onto one of the assignments, it'll show up as gold, just to let you know that they haven't shared their roster. So you've got to check that they meet the requirements for that.
Oh, there you go. Okay, right. So easy for people to share their roster with you guys. Make sure everyone in your alliance does that. It's going to make your life so much easier. All right, so now see we filled this all out. We got our spec ops all in order. Everyone's been assigned what they need to do. We hit all our requirements. What can we then see from here?
Right, so you can fill it out for each zone, and then the last two tabs are the sort of displays, which you can then screenshot and send to your alliance so that they know what they're doing. So the first one breaks it down by player. So if you select Dorky Dad there, it's going to tell you what his assignments are for each day.
Very easy,
and
guys.
Then,
very, very easy to send a screenshot of this to somebody.
Right. Or the other way you can do it is you could go to the next tab, and that breaks it down per day. So we've selected day one in the top left there, and that's just everyone's assignments for day one. But we could switch it to day two, and obviously we haven't assigned anything for day two yet. But once you have, that will show up there, and you can screenshot each of those for each day if you prefer.
There you go. So guys, I think this tool is amazing. I want to give a huge thanks to Livepool for doing this for us. So once again, very, very easy steps. Make sure your entire alliance is sharing their roster with you. Go ahead and download their roster. Throw it into your Google Sheets on the roster page starting at A1. And then you can do whatever you want with this. Like, there's the limits on what you can do here to make sure that your alliance mates have the proper replacement character that they can actually meet the Spec Ops requirements. I think this was beautifully done. So thank you so much for sharing this with everybody.
No worries. And so now, do you want to see a filled out version for day one? And you can perhaps give me some tips as to whether you think you agree with my strategy that I've made.
That's a great idea. So we are now on the master copy. This is Livepool's alliance. And why don't we head on over to the day assignment?
Let's go to zone one first so that you can see what I've done.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
So I've completely filled this out for all of my alliance members, and what they're sacrificing. I would just for sort of testing how it worked. I went for the strategy of everyone. I've picked 5 people that's going to sacrifice the full team and use an alternate team instead.
Right.
So, for example, you'll notice on all the ones that are highlighted yellow, which is the Superior 6, you'll see the same 5 names. Those are the names that I've picked to sacrifice their Superior 6, and they're just going to be coming in with a different city team instead. And I've basically filled that out. You'll notice if I start, the other thing I didn't point out is this tally on the right here that shows you how many ops that they've been assigned. If I try and add an extra one in there, say I put Zuzazi here, it's going to show me, oh, hold up, that's broken it there. He's got 11 assignments. You're not allowed that. So that's going to flag up as well if you try and give people too many assignments.
Perfect. Yeah. We didn't even talk about that. So what he's also done here is he's highlighted the characters that are going to be getting the bonuses from the nodes. So it gives you a better idea of like who you are asking to sacrifice a bonus character. Probably going to be your best players. Probably the biggest rosters is going to be what you're leaning into for people to have the best sort of replacements, right?
Exactly, yeah. And actually doing that made me notice an interesting thing. They seem to have designed these missions in a very interesting way, and that you can see, if we go back to Zone 1, you can see that the first 3 nodes, the first 3 missions for Spec Ops
Nothing.
seem to be designed as basically 3 missions. You don't. None of the characters that you'll be needing are in those first 3 missions, and that's the same for all the zones actually.
Yeah, like
So,
a zone, nothing in there.
yep.
Nothing here. Nothing there. So your weaker players who might need to be relying on those bonuses, they're probably going to be helping you out as much as they can on the first 3 stuff. There's going to be some weird math overlap because there's multiple nodes that are going to have characters pulling from multiple things, right? So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. But this is amazing, man. This is super easy to use, and there's so much information here. Thank you.
Perfect. And then you can see a filled out screenshot at the end if you like.
Yeah, so this would be what you send off to your alliance. Be like, hey guys, this is everybody's Spec Ops. And then hopefully Scopely doesn't make us fill it in every single day. Like for a player to come in here and do this every single day. Oh God, because you'd have to do it 5 times a week. Yeah, we'll see if they come up with any sort of tool. Or do we just need Livepool to get a job there and do it for them? How about that, huh? All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing this tool with us. This will be in the Discord in the Livepool channel. I'll put it up in the description as well, the link to the sheets. If you are new to sheets, you're not going to be able to mess with the original copy. That's going to be the link. Instead, you're going to have to hit File and go make a copy. So here's your little crash course in Google Sheets, as well as how to make the rosters appear, and then Livepool telling us how the sheets function. Well, thank you so much, sir. I'm going to let you go because I've kept you up till God knows how late over there in England.
Yeah, let's not talk about it. My wife's not very happy with you.
Oh, God. Okay, bye, everybody. All right, guys. You know what? This video was so important. I'm just going to put this as a standalone. This is your Sheets video to help you guys set up your Spec Ops. In a video tomorrow, I'll be going through what I think are the best kind of plug-and-play characters to throw in if you have to Spec Ops some bonus characters, as well as what I think are going to be some Spec Ops do's and don'ts. But hey, that's kind of speculative until we see like the bonuses and the node composition and everything else that we were kind of alluding to earlier. So from me and Livepool, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope this tool helps you. Mr. Livepool, you got anything you want to say to everybody?
Have a happy Battle World.
Happy first week of Battle World. Your fingers are going to be really well rested because you're only going to have to hit the 1 auto button. I guess 2 if you have auto basic turned on. All right, bye everybody. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.